What's up, y'all? It's your girl Koie, and welcome back to my channel. Y'all already know what it is. We back. We back for another movie video. And as titled, we about to get into it. A film that is based off a true story, if I am not mistaken. And this was more sweet. Honestly, I feel like this is going to be one of my short ones, honestly, because I don't really have as a lot to say about this film, because it was very direct, very heartfelt, for one, I would say. And it just really makes you think about people, and just even as adults, but we're going to get into that. We're going to get into all, we already know we're going to dissect this film. But as titled, this film is called Can You See Us? And it's a film that's, I believe, was filmed in Africa. I'm just gonna run the trailers real quick before I start yipping and yapping. Y'all already know what it is, so let's get into it.
Say this, I am powerful.
I am powerful.
Breathe.
I don't care where you go. I am strong.
I am strong.
I am worthy.
I am worthy.
I belong.
I belong.
Didn't I tell you that we don't play with people like you?
They could never understand you. And what they don't understand, they fear. And what they fear, they seek to destroy.
Alright, so as y'all seen, this film is definitely heartfelt. And as I stated, that I do believe that this is a true story. And if I remember correctly, I think the story was based on an artist named John, because he is an artist. I think he does music, things like that around the world. But I will clock myself later on if I'm wrong. I would definitely, I'll put it in the description below. That's why it's important to read the description, because you never know, I might put something in there. I might even put some special details, okay, that you don't even know about. But anywho, the film, Netflix film, Can You See Us? So as y'all seen, it's about a young boy growing up in, I think it's called, I apologize if I mess up, but Zambia. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but excuse me if I ain't. But it's dealing with young boy that grew up there, and he was born with albino. And so if those that don't know what that is, it's dealing with the skin, where the skin is completely white. It just don't have like the pigment, including your hair, like everything is like pure white. And in this film, it showcased the perspective of how a kid can be raised in an environment that a lot of people do not understand, cannot fathom, don't probably want to, definitely make him feel very different. But in the film, and we're going to just start from the beginning, the film automatically pulls you into what it's about, and you automatically feel like bad for this baby, because this baby is getting rejected ASAP from his family, and the mother's the only one that's like holding down the fork here, just like, this is your kid, and the dad's like, ain't my baby, I don't know what that is, but it ain't my baby. Typical response when something is abnormal to the eye. And I feel like this film is taking settings where this is something that's took place where nobody even knew what albino was. Nobody didn't even know what to label it. And normally if you see something or see a kid with different skin, it's like clearly you've had relations with someone else. But this wasn't the case at all. And I felt bad for the little boy. But my first thing that I was a little bit annoyed, and I know family's gonna be tight, but I just feel like I wish his father had more of a backbone than what he is, because I felt like he let his mother really control his decisions. And I feel like at that point he should have been the one making the decisions, but not what everybody perceived and things like case may be. But kicked him to the curb. That's all I can say. So although she didn't do it because she's a mother, she just had a baby and she lost everything after having this baby, because apparently, the baby daddy, the father, kind of disowned her and that kid and kind of left her really stranded. So she had to really pick up life as what she knows and really regroup from that. And of course, the idea is to never, say too many details, because I'm not trying to do any spoilers. But if I do, spoiler alert, in case I do say some things. But the idea is you need to watch the movie at the end of the day. That's the ideal here. So we can talk about it in the comments. Let's discuss about it. But anyway, just fast forward a little bit. The mother does, her life gets better. Okay. She does find a man that loves her. So it's not like an all tragedy film, and it's not really about like the hurt of the mother, but even just in the beginning, it's like my heart felt for the mother and the baby, because this is a predicament that, especially if you're loyal, especially if you're true, you've always been good, doing everything right, and you still get spit in the face. Like, this is just one of those things that it's just like, this hurts the soul. It does. And then you have to meet other people to be like, can you accept me? Or can you believe me of what I'm saying? Because we're talking about a time frame that, you see stuff and you believe it of what it is. And, asking someone that, for one, is not the biological father to be a father, that's a lot. That is a lot. But she gets better. The mother does great. They're not all, rich or stuff like that, but she does really well with her life. So let's just get to the main topic, which is the character. The young boy getting raised, in this community, and he's learning life. This movie kind of showcases how life can be for someone that is different. And, throughout the movie, he is being judged by not only kids, but also adults. And, he's trying to fathom mentally, like, what is this? And I felt, because this is a beautiful film. And I say that just because the lessons, I pictured myself like, what if I was a mother of a child that was born this way, and how would I help educate and help teach and help showcase the where you need to love yourself. You have to love yourself, although those people don't understand you, you love yourself regardless. And I think the mother and his stepfather did a very good job of embracing him during those crazy times, because we're talking about a kid trying to understand what is it about himself that makes him get beat up or get bullied by kids and adults, not just being accepted. He's trying to figure his way out, and to him it's just like, why do they mistreat him? And they don't really have a good legit reason. And that's what makes it even more difficult, because when you don't have a reason to like mistreat somebody, it's hard for the receiver at the end of the other side of stuff to be like, then why are you doing this? And it doesn't make sense. And to him, it didn't make sense on why people were just mistreating him. And it's like, why? All because of what I look like? Even I think it's the dumbest thing. But this is the world we live in. And as they say, the saying is, what you don't know, what you don't understand, you just automatically give it a cold eye, a cold stare, instead of just being open-minded and be like, oh, what is this? Or just try to figure out, what is it? because we all are different, literally. I mean, yes, we're humans, but we all are different, and it's crazy how the world works, but the world is beautiful. We're surrounded by beautiful things. But in this film, it's just, my heart definitely was felt for the mother and for the baby. And I loved how they trained or just taught him, like I said, self-love. Because when you're being mistreated by pretty much everyone that's closely surrounded by you, it makes you feel worthless. It makes you feel like you don't belong, but he found a way around that of looking to beautiful things. Now, though, of course, this movie is dealing with bully and different perspective of certain things, but it got to a point where they was trying to him, okay? And that's even crazier, and it's like all because of what he looks like. That's crazy. But aside from the dark side of the film, it is some beautiful moments. He does make some really cool friends that last like for a lifetime, and he's even made some cool friends even as adults. So I thought that was pretty cool that you do have those that, even though they're struggling with their own issues, they're still open to getting to know the kid and showcasing beautiful things of what life can offer, which one of those things were music. So I thought that was also pretty adorable, that he was learning a lot of different things that really made who he was. And despite how everybody treated him, he still chose to treat people good, because he didn't really have a legit reason to treat people ugly, even though technically he did have a reason to treat people ugly, but he still chose the light. So that's what makes things beautiful about that, because he still chose light at the end of the day. But it just showcased, divide of family. This film was definitely heavy on family, certain family making a decision. Image is everything with certain cultures or just certain families. And it also shows the rekindle of stuff as well. Like, how people grow up and they start to learn from their mistakes and they want to make amends. This was also that type of film as well. And so it was very touching, but it was beautiful just because of how it flows. And, of course it's going to have some hardship, because this film is definitely showcasing the mistreatment of people with albino skin, or just people that's different, and people don't understand that. And although people don't understand that still hurts. But I still would state that this film was still beautiful just because of what it was. I really wish that more singing was into play, but I get it. This was just a true story based on someone else. But for the most part, I think it did get its point across of what it was trying to showcase in the film. And fun fact, the character that plays the boy in the movie is actually a girl. I actually thought that was pretty interesting. So I really do hope that she goes really far in the movie industry. I feel like she does really great, because I was really surprised to find that fun fact, but I was like, wow. But definitely beautiful film. Just of what it is, I feel like the angles, like the directing, the acting, I feel like it was good for what it was. So for me, 10 out of 10. I hope that this film alone opens other people's eyes of just understanding what albino skin is, and just letting people know that, anybody, literally anybody, can be born with it. And I feel like at this time of age, I think a lot of people should know that by now. But in case they don't, I do feel like this is a good film to highlight those matters, and just treat people with kindness. Can't get enough of that, because it goes a long way, really does. Helping hand, things like that, or just having a comment, say that you're beautiful, or like your hair. I mean, for me, I always thought people with albino was gorgeous. I had a few people in my classroom when I was growing up in high school and junior high, and I thought they were like just a star. They was beautiful in my opinion. And I love the hair. I mean, I'm gonna wait for mine. Over age, like get really old, but I'm hoping that my hair would be like that silky white, like nice. But if you have not seen this movie, you guys, I really think you guys should watch the movie. It's very educational, very open eye. to both sides of the experience of being the bully, being bullied just because you're different, and then also seeing how people can heal from it, what to teach from it, as even as a parent, on how to coach kids to love themselves with any condition that they have that makes them different. And I think that's what makes the film beautiful, because they didn't teach him to hate. They taught him how to love, even when the people that he were trying to fight love with didn't even deserve it. So I think that's what makes it beautiful with this film. So I recommend you guys watch it. It's very heartwarming. You will get a little cringe, and that's if you're like me. I'm like, it irks my nerves. Just where's the justice? So when I see stuff that's unjustified, it irks my nerves, especially with bullies. I'm not a fan. But I love the strength of his mother. She's a very strong woman, and I cheers to the stepdad. Because that was a lot, even for him to come into a life and to be a father. And although he wasn't his biological father, he played as a father a really big part, and they cared for him, they loved for him. And that is the most beautiful thing that I feel like any child will ask for, just to be accepted for who they are, no matter what. And you mainly want to have that, especially from your parents, even if the whole world might not accept you. But if your parents can, then it's like you're unstoppable. So to those that do have albino, y'all are beautiful, y'all are gorgeous, y'all are wanted. This is all you guys to know. So if you guys haven't seen the film, please let me know down below if you have seen it. Let's talk about it, let's discuss it, or even just share some thoughts maybe. But until next time, you guys, hope you have a good day. Peace.